Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emilia and we're all about fragrances here. And if you have been following me, you might have noticed that there has been a break period where I haven't uploaded videos, and that's purely because it's going to be in 3 days, 1 month since I lost my mom. So I wasn't really in a mood, nor time-wise. I was able to manage to do some videos, do some uploads, and for those of you that you have subscribed so far to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate every like, every thumbs up, every kind of support, because it's in form of comments, because it's in form of subscriptions. Thank you so much. And what I plan to do is basically to continue with the videos. However, at the moment, I feel that I'm going to upload some videos that I pre-filmed before my mom passed away. So today I will do a short video in regards to some of the fragrances that I purchased while I was back at home, abroad, and I couldn't find them in Cyprus. I bought them during my first trip, and then I had to go back second time to my home country so that we can arrange for the funerals and so on. So without delaying this further, I'm just going to jump in, and I hope these are fragrances that they might be useful for you, because for me really it was impossible to find them in Cyprus, and since I was already abroad, I managed to put my hands on them. And I'm going to start with fragrances that they are very, very popular on YouTube, on Instagram, Fragrantica, and Facebook, you name social medias. They're going to be well known by majority of you if you're following other YouTube channels, of course. And I'm going to start with one that I was really expecting to have added in my collection. I already opened it up because, as you guys got used to my videos, I try to avoid as much as possible the noise from the packagings. So this is Sofia by Sofia Vergara. It has a very sexy packaging, provocative, with Sofia Vergara. And this is the 3.4 fluid ounce or 100 milliliters. And it's an eau de parfum. As you can see, it's very elegant packaging from outside. I love this black and rose gold stripes on it. Now, the fragrance itself, it's a fruity, woody fragrance. As well, promises to be powdery, vanilla, aromatic floral. Ooh, it's really, really nice. Look at the juice inside as well. It's like dark caramel, chocolatey. At least that's how it looks like. Now, this is a fragrance that was launched back in 2014, as I know, and it's a fragrance created by Bruno Jovanovic. And we have in the top, so the openings basically of the fragrance, blackberry, plum, and currant buds. In the middle notes, we have orchid, rose, and violet, and base notes are woody notes, vanilla, and sandalwood. So sandalwood, woody notes are quite, popular, well known by the fragrance industry. They're used a lot because that's what they give this longevity of a fragrance. And from the smell, it seems very sweet to me. And I can distinguish the fruitiness. It smells amazing. It smells also like bubbly, sparkly. And as I can see here, from the notes as well, you do get the berryness. You do get this, when you have this a bit of sweet and sour in the berries. That's what kind of like comes out from this. And obviously fragrances that they have vanilla in it, they tend to darken. So I would expect this fragrance also to change its color to become more dark in time, purely because it has vanilla. And it reminds me a bit from even the Far Away, I think Bella it was. It reminds me a bit of that. Um, it also gives me the same impression that it's somewhere between the La Vie Belle, kind of, it's coming from that family, maybe like a cousin of it. But overall, at first impression, I love it. And I see it as, wearable during autumn, winter time even. I'm not really sure about summer, at least summer in Cyprus here, because here we have high temperatures. Even now, but it's September. Today it's September 10th to be more specific, when I'm shooting the video. And it's very hot. We have 35 degrees over here. So I don't see myself wearing it daytime, at least not in this heatness. But again, it's something that I will have to play around with and see how it wears on my skin. But overall, I love it at this point. Nothing to, to complain about. I love sweet fragrances, so obviously I will have no issues with it. The next fragrance that I put my hands on, it's again one of those fragrances that you just hear over and over and over about. And loving sweet fragrances, loving sugary, caramelly sweet fragrances to be more specific, I decided to go with Pink Sugar by Aqualina. It's an eau de toilette. And what I really liked about Aqualina's fragrance is that, and this is from a lot of reviews that I've been through, I've read a lot, I've watched a lot as well myself, because I like to research about fragrances. This, even though it's an eau de toilette, it performs as an eau de parfum or as a parfum. So that's something that's interesting. Now let me see if it's from the top or from the bottom. From the top. I like the kind of like uniqueness of the packaging. It's like, you have these lollies, these candies, or candy sticks, but usually they come with red and white colors, but this is pink and white, and it kind of like gives me that illusion or that memory it brings back. And this is the bottle itself. It have this spiral shape. Well, this is very sweet, I would say. And it has sweet accords, obviously, caramel, vanilla, fruity, soft, spicy, and powdery. And this is actually, if I remember well, it was 15, no, it's 100 ml, so 3.4 ounce again. This is considered to be a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance. Gourmand fragrance means it's a scent or it's fragrance note that makes it like eatable. So you want to eat it. That's how yummy, that's how tasty, that's how delicious, inviting a fragrance is. So that's why it's a gourmand, and it's absolutely correct because you just want to eat it. I don't know if it's a candy or a caramel that you want to put in your mouth with some fruity notes there. This is a fragrance that has been here for some time. It was launched back in 2004, and it was created actually with cooperation between Shyamala Masundio and Givaudan. And we have here raspberry, orange, fig leaf, bergamot as top notes or in the opening. In the middle notes, we have cotton candy. That's what I get, a lot of cotton candy here. Licorice, red berries, strawberry, and lily of the valley. From the berries, you kind of like can pinpoint that there is a berry, but I wouldn't be able to pinpoint if it's strawberry or red berries, but it's both in it. And in the base, we have caramel, vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood, and musk. So again, we have sandalwood, same as in Sofia Vergara, Sofia fragrance. And I do have an impression that it's a fragrance that I'm going to enjoy a lot. I mean, it's absolutely sweet, gourmand, eatable fragrance. And I do see this on younger girls as well. So it's not something that a teenager would not be able to pull off and just wear it. I see it as a fragrance that you can wear outside if you want. A very easy to grab kind of scent if you love sweet scents, obviously, because not everyone loves them. I see it pull out even if you want to wear it in an office or just go out on a date, to go out with the girls in a clubbing or restaurants even, because it's very easy to grab, very, friendly, I would say, as a fragrance. It's not one of those fragrances that you pull out an expensive evening gown just to be able to wear it. It's really nice one, so I'm happy that I added it to my collection actually. The next fragrance is going to be actually an inspired fragrance, or call it dupe, call it clone, call it copy, whatever. It's from the house of Refan. I've been actually enjoying their copies. They're making very good copies, and I would say 90 to 95% they managed to copy the original fragrances. And as I remember, Refan, the company itself, it's based, or it was established in Bulgaria, and now they're operating worldwide, also in Cyprus. I have the opportunity to find them. And basically, this is 181, which was inspired by Lancome's Idole, or Idol, if I read it in English, Idole in French. And it is very, very close to it. Initially, when I tried it in the store, I wasn't sure. But when I compared both of them, so I have the original here and this, the copy, they are very, very similar. So, if I would wear it, most likely people wouldn't even notice that I'm wearing a copy of an original. They would say it's Idole. And the price, it's really fascinating. I paid like, for, if I remember, it's 150 milliliters. They don't write it. And I paid for it 15 euros, so it's a very good deal. Whereas the original, you will buy it around 80, 85 euros. Now, this is also in an eau de parfum concentration or formulation, if you want to call it like that. And I really enjoy the fact that I can wear the same scent, but on a budget, if I want to say so. Or I might have days where I just want to feel or smell the scent, or have it lingering on my clothes and not to pay that amount of money. Maybe I just want to go for a quick store shopping, and then I don't want to wear a more expensive fragrance when you have the options to wear a copy. So that was again Refan number 181, which is a dupe or copy of Lancome's Idole, which is a very loved fragrance, especially between the younger generation. It was actually targeted as a fragrance for younger generations, teens, early 20s. But I don't see why a fragrance should have an age, or why we should associate fragrances to a particular age when, if you like a fragrance, you like a scent, just wear it. If it makes you comfortable, it might be bringing you up special memories. So, for me, perfumes have no age. Also, sometimes no gender, because there are loads of fragrances that I see easily to be worn by men. I'm not referring to these ones that I mentioned. These obviously they are for women, but there are some fragrances that can be worn both by men and women. There are many fragrances, such as from the Swiss Arabian house, like the oud fragrances. So, just a couple of, to give you as an idea. Now, the next one, it's again a fragrance that I've been searching for a long, long time. And either they were not in offer, or at some point they were out of stock in Cyprus. So while I was abroad at home with my mom, I managed to order them online. Basically, these fragrances, they were ordered from Notino. Notino is not supported yet in Cyprus. They don't have a store here. They don't even make delivery. to Cyprus. So in my country, I found this one online on Notino at a very good price, around 35 euros, which is amazing. And it's the 1.7 fluid ounce or 50 ml. I'll remove the packaging as well. I love it. It's very feminine fragrance, sophisticated, elegant, even the bottle, the packaging. And I absolutely adore the bottle. It's like a crystal. Wow. So I do understand the hype over these fragrances, all of them. They are very feminine, very sophisticated, as well as, you know, sexy, inviting, some of them even alluring. But Elie Saab, this is the original one because there are many flankers of it. There's Le Parfum Royal, Le Parfum White, I think, that recently came out, and so on. And what I like about Elie Saab's fragrances is that they are, you know, long-lasting fragrances. They are mature. They're very great if you have some formal occasions, because it's a wedding, because it's you know, a formal dinner somewhere, a brunch. Maybe you want to go to an office, you have a business meeting. So this is perfect for those occasions. And if you're not familiar with this fragrance, with Elie Saab Le Parfum, this has white florals in it, honey, sweet, woody, floral, even patchouli and citrusy accords. And it's a fragrance that is, you know, it was launched back in 2011, and the nose behind it is actually Francis Courdijan. Francis Courdijan has his own house now of fragrances. If you know Baccarat Rouge, so that's his creation. So this fragrance, it's again spot on, amazing creation from him. And top notes here are African orange flower, middle notes is jasmine, and base notes are white honey, patchouli, rose, and Virginia cedar. And this is the first fragrance from the Lebanese haute couture designer. And what's really you know, amazed me is that this fragrance had 279 trial version, and it is super feminine, very flowery, very woody. You have this orange blossom which along melts together with the honey, with jasmine, and they have two kinds of jasmine actually. They have the sambac jasmine and gandhi floral, and we have cedar, rose, honey accords in the base. So, you know, also the bottle, it was designed in a Baroque style, and if I remember well, it was designed by CV de France. And this fragrance comes as well in different sizes. So if you want to test it out on a smaller version, or you know, you already have an amazing fragrance collection, but you don't want to invest too much, so you can purchase the 30 ml version. Or if you want a higher container or longer lasting fragrance that will take you more in time, you know, you will enjoy the bottle more, you can go for the 90 ml. And what I liked is that they also have different products that you can buy from the same range. They have perfume deodorant, body lotions, body creams, shower gels, so you can actually combine them together and make this fragrance last on you in a beast mode, I would say. I mean, it's really an amazing fragrance, and I'm, again, super excited and super happy to have it. And the last fragrance that I'm going to show you is a fragrance that has been discontinued. It's almost impossible to find it in Cyprus. It's nonetheless, but Dolce Gabbana L'Imperatrice. This actually is not a blind buy. I mean, these fragrances that you see here previously mentioned, with the exception of the dupe or copy fragrance that I mentioned, they were all blind buys, because with Notino you cannot you know, go in the store and smell them. It's just that you order them online, and you know, you can ask to have a samples sent to you so that you don't open up the whole perfume box, and if you don't like it, then you can return it. But I went straight forward because, you know, I heard a lot about these fragrances and I was convinced that I will love them. Now, L'Imperatrice from Dolce & Gabbana was part of their anthology series. If I remember was they were having like 16 different fragrances. One of them was also La Lune, which I really, really enjoyed. I was having back then samples. And the reason why this fragrance is very, very special to me, it's, first of all, it's connected to me, it's connected to my mom. It was actually my first fragrance that I ever purchased from my salary. It was back in 2009 when I came a few months after to Cyprus. And it was also my first 13th salary that I've ever had, you know, with 21 years old girl here, you know. And I was super excited to have my first fragrance from my own money from, you know, my 13th salary, and also to have a fragrance that comes from a designer house such as Dolce & Gabbana, and not any kind of fragrance, you know. And basically this fragrance now, as mentioned, is discontinued, and I managed to find it only in the airport when I was flying back to Cyprus. So as I was picking up my luggages, there was discount store or duty-free store as we call it here, and I found it there for the amazing price of 40 euros. It's an eau de toilette, but again, it's one of those that, as I remember, at least the older version that I had back then, was performing really, really well. I would say close to an eau de parfum. I remember it as being very bubbly, very vibrant, very watermelony, juicy fragrance, perfect for summer, perfect for the heat. This is how I remember it. And I know there has been a limited edition series from this back in 2020 from Dolce & Gabbana. And this fragrance was actually launched in the year that I purchased it, in 2009. And as I mentioned, yes, it smells the same. So it's not reformulated or something, but I have to check its longevity and performance on my skin. Now, going to the top notes, this has kiwi, rhubarb, pink pepper. Usually fragrances that have pink pepper, they also have these pinkish colors. I have other fragrances in my collections with pink pepper, and they're all having this light pink color in it. The middle notes are watermelon, cyclamen, and jasmine. And the base notes are lemon tree, musk, and sandalwood. This basically, you know, it's an amazing fragrance. I have a lot of memories associated with it. It's one of those fragrances that you can just, again, easily wear around the whole summer. It's perfect for the heat. It's not going to, you know, be a fragrance that is going to be forgotten. It's just an amazing summer scent. It's fun. It has a bit of freshness to it. And, you know, it's a fragrance that, you know, I just say it's perfect for the heat. It's what I remember also from the past is that if you overspray it, it can become a bit overclowing. So always my recommendation is, when we use fragrances, it's make sure that, you know, you try with 2-3 sprays or spritz and build on that, rather than pull out a lot of quantity and then thinking, oops, I put too much. And I can also compare it with like a delicious, some exotic fruit salad. And again, I would say this is one of those gourmand fragrances that you want to have around in your collection. Now, as you could see, I have added some value, amazing fragrances to my collections. And obviously, as I always promise, I will come back with reviews as I start wearing them. From this, I spoke a bit more because, as mentioned, it's a repurchase. It's not a new fragrance for me. I'm familiar with it, just that I will need to test and see if it has been reformulated or not, because, you know, it can be that it's a reformulated version, purely because on the previous box that I bought back in 2009, it was also the number 3, because it was part of the series, of the anthology series. Now I see that number, it's no longer there. So we'll see and get back to you guys with individual reviews and individual feedbacks for each fragrance. And I apologize again for those that they were waiting for my videos, and you know, I kind of like put you in a waiting situation, and I do hope you understand what happened to me. It's, you know, something that at one point all of us we will go through. And as mentioned, I will come up with additional videos in future, and I'll try to upload them as regularly as possible. And perhaps if you own any of these fragrances, let me know your experience, your feedback, and if there are any other fragrances that you might want to recommend to me, based upon the fact that you know that I like sweet fragrances, I like citrusy notes, I like sandalwood, jasmine, rose, I like, you know, sophisticated, elegant fragrances as well. Maybe you have something in your mind and you can recommend it to me, and I would really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do so. Till next time, take care and bye for now.